All right. Good evening, everyone. It's great to have you all on board. It's another time with Tutor Ayo, the Enthusiastic Tutor. And this happens to be our Telegram class, restricted only to the member of our private class, a live Telegram class. And today we are taking the course for 214. It's actually the third time, if I'm not mistaken. We are doing this course on our Telegram page. And with me today, I have Mrs. Regina. She happens to be a student of the political science, and she's an studying semester. One of our course we are taking today is for 214. You have the floor, ma'am. Please, can you walk us through what you have there? If you're coming from political culture
Thank
today.
you, Tutuayo.
Welcome.
According the way I understand it, that political culture, there are rules and regulation they share that they need to follow
Okay.
to achieve commonly goals.
Okay.
Accepted rules, the way it's supposed to go, maybe the way they campaign, the way they select, that's the rules, the process they need to follow before they can achieve their goals.
Awesome. 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 You have actually
And
spoken well. Yes, please
yes,
continue.
according to the scholars, yes,
Yes, ma'am.
according to Roy 1961, he defined political culture as the commonly shared goals and community accepted rules.
Awesome.
Um, Lucy Pye described political culture as the sum of the fundamental values, sentiments, and knowledge that give form and substance to political process.
Awesome, awesome. So, ma, just before we move forward, when we say political structure, we are
Yes, sir.
considering two different terms. I don't know.
Okay. Hello?
We are considering. Yes, ma. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
When we say political culture, we are simply referring to the combination of two terminologies. All right,
Okay.
politics, culture. If we need to get out of the combination of these two terminologies, you might want to consider each terminology separately, then
Okay.
before we consider them as a whole. Now, I
Okay.
believe by now you understand what it means by politics. We've talked about them at length from the beginning of this class,
Mhm.
respective. So now, when we say culture, what are we referring to? When you say the culture of a group or a community or a nation, what are we referring to?
Um, what they do, what they believe in that
Hmm,
area,
good.
that particular place they are, what they do, what they believe on.
Awesome. Awesome. Now, it is what we believe as human that determines the values, that determines our behavior, that determines the relationship, that determines things we do and things we don't. Everything everything is encapsulated in what we refer to as culture. So, in a nutshell, we can refer to culture as the way of life of a set of people or a group of people. Are we together on that?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So now when we now talk about political culture, all right, just like what you've said it's the correct thing. Now that we understand what it means by culture, then we are talking about, all right, political culture. We are simply referring to that. Don't forget, we said when it comes to politics, it's not a one-man business. It's a thing
Yes.
whereby people come together,
Collaboration.
decision, yes, a collaborative effort whereby people come together to make certain decisions on what we refer to allocation of resources and decisions that will affect the country or the running of a society at large. So, considering this political culture now, okay, we are simply referring to the ethics, the values, the standard, the goal, all right, what determines the behavior of certain political activities. All right. commonly shared objective, commonly shared understanding, commonly shared values. All right. And for something to be commonly shared, it is also generally accepted. I don't know if you get that. All right.
Yes, sir.
So it has a lot to do with the political culture of a particular country, has a lot to do with what they consider as values politically, what they consider as do's and don'ts politically, what they consider as objective, goals, mutual understanding politically. I don't know if you get that, man.
Yes, I'm with you, sir.
Awesome. So just in line with what we have said, there are various scholars that have also said something about. Look at what Lucian Pye described political culture as a sum of the fundamental values. When we say sum, the total, the holistic, when you add together all the fundamental values, all right, fundamental values, including sentiments, knowledge that give form and substance to what we call political process. Now, consider all of these values, sentiments, knowledge. It is only applicable to the political terrain. I don't know if you get that. The
Yes,
knowledge,
sir.
the value, the share objective is only applicable to or in the political terrain.
Political culture.
Yes, exactly. So let's take a step further.
Okay. It's a foundation of political culture.
Okay,
According to Babawale, 1999, a political culture, whether diverse or homogeneous, is a product of many factors:
exactly.
geographical, historical development, and experiences.
Exactly. Exactly. Now you get what we are saying. When we say that the political culture of a particular country differs from another country. Why? Because their culture, their history, their location,
Their
what works
language.
in Nigeria here might not work in US.
Yes.
Also, please continue.
Okay. You said the object of political orientation.
Okay.
Mm, you said objects of political orientation is just like a political awareness. The way they
Hmm.
go for maybe their publicity
Okay.
by convincing the people that are not in support that me, I don't have interest in politics. So, but when you go to them, at least talk to them, romance them, with that they can change. At least it is not everybody that is aware of what the government is doing or the
Exactly.
politicians are doing. But when you talk
Exactly.
to them, explain to them, tell them to
Inform
have a
them.
second thought, at least
Yes.
the way I
Educate them.
understand it, convince them that the past one might not be favorable, but this one we are going to enjoy it together. At least if you
Also,
convince them, it will make them to change their behavior or their attitude towards
whoa,
um
wonderful.
voting.
Do you have anything on the types of political culture?
Sir?
I said, do you have anything on the types of political culture?
Yes, I have.
Awesome. Awesome. Please continue now.
Okay. Um, it's types of political culture. According to Gabriel Almond and Sidney Verbers, Civic Culture in 1963, he said it was based on cross-sectional. Please, you are going to explain that place to me very well. A
Okay.
cross-sectional surveys measure the qualities used for assessing the degree of political participation of citizens in United States, Mexico, Great Britain, Germany and Italy.
Okay. Now,
Let me explain the way
okay,
I
go ahead.
understand that. Um, let's say we have about five countries now, states, five states, that the way we organize ours might be different, but the same process, the result we are going to get is going to be different. Maybe that is the way I understand it. That if you want to get it, like you have about 5 different states, they follow due process, but the results we are going to get from each state are going to be different. I don't know if hello.
I'm with you, man.
Okay. I don't
Now,
know
man.
if I'm right. Yes, sir.
Yes, you're on point. You're on track. You know, you said something about getting to reorientate the citizens about the political rights and expectations.
I don't have, sir.
I said you made mention of it now before we talked
Mm-hmm.
about this part
Okay.
with the convincing process, with education process. Citizens
Mm-hmm.
get to be more involved
Mm-hmm.
directly or indirectly when it comes to politics. Now, in line with what we are saying, according to what Gabriel Almond and Stephen, all right, said about political culture, the types of political culture. And the very first one they made mention about is the civic culture.
Yes.
Now, when we say civic, let's take it one step at a time. When we say civic, what are we talking about? All right, we are simply referring to the responsibility. All right, we are simply referring to those required responsibility. All right, the characteristics expected from every citizen to its government. I don't know if you understand that. You know, when we say certain things like, please do or ensure you carry out your civic right. And one of the civic rights is the right to vote. All right.
Yes,
One
sir.
of the civic responsibility is also respecting the law, right? Acceptance and respecting the law. Another responsibility is also obliging, all right? Oblige, carry out, do not go against the law. This makes you we call it a patriotic citizen, all right? By being a patriotic citizen, you are definitely exercising your civic
Civic
responsibility,
rights.
all right? Also,
Yes, sir.
so now, when we talk about civic, just like what we have here, just a minute. When we talk about civic culture, so now, according to what Gabriel and Stephen Baba said about civic education or civic culture in 1963, the civic culture project was a project of Almond and Baba. All right, it was a project. Civic culture was a project by Almond and Baba, and it was considered groundbreaking for social sciences, as it happened to be a first attempt to what systematically collect, all right, and codify variables. Why do we have to collect and codify variables? Measuring citizens' participation in what sense? Citizenship participation in politics, exercising their political and civic responsibility. And they actually conducted these projects in 5 different states. Now, those variables that were measured, collected, codified, and measured was based on cross-sectional surveys. Do you know what surveys are?
What, sir?
Surveys.
Hello?
Can you hear me, ma'am?
I can't hear you, sir. You said
I
survey.
said,
I don't.
do
Hello?
you understand what it means by a survey?
Survey?
Yes.
Uh, survey is when you get results from, you understudy the results you
Yeah.
get from them, from each
Understudy.
Yes, understudy and the results you get from each state.
Yes, awesome, awesome. But one thing you said that really went like that you hit the nail on the head was understudying. All right, when we talk about survey, we are simply talking about that process that involves you putting out, all right, the process of you gathering information, all right, gathering information on a particular topic, all right,
Yeah.
gathering of information might be intel, but the point here is that you are examining, all right? You are examining a particular topic, and by so doing, you are giving out things like um, questionnaire to fill. You are giving out uh, polls that people can vote for certain things, so that you can from there gather your information and make your conclusion. So it's not like you are examining a thing closely. So now let's go back to what we have here. So now, the variables that they collected, all right, codified and also measured were based on cross-sectional surveys. These surveys, when we say cross-sectional, we are simply talking about collecting information on a particular population at a particular time. Cross-sectional surveys measuring the qualities used for assessing the degree of political participation of citizens in the United States, Mexico. Don't forget, we said 5 different states. That's where they carry out this project. The likes of US, Mexico, Great Britain, Germany, and Italy. So this their examination, this their study, they were able to get different variables based on what? Cross-sectional survey on how, what degree does citizen, all right, participate politically. Are we together?
Yes, we are, sir.
And finally, they developed a fusion of new patterns of attitude merged with the old ones, and so doing came up with what we refer to as the 3 types of citizens orientation. Now, these 3 types of citizen orientations, then we have the parochial, do you have anything on that? Parochial, subject, and participant.
Yes, I have, sir.
Awesome. So now, for them to enhance, for them to embark on the project, all right, so they they noticed something that across these 5 different things, there are there are things we need to revisit, right? The political participation of citizens when it comes to
Yes.
exercising their civic responsibility, their civic right. All right, people are not doing the needful. So we need to know what the issue is and develop on how we can and develop a thing or a strategy to further encourage people to participate politically. So what do you have under the parochial, man?
Mm,
Yeah.
under the parochial, I have a political sleepwalker not involved or no knowledge or interest in the domestic politics. They are
Mm,
not interested with what is happening around them concerning politics.
they are not knowledgeable at all. They are
Yes,
academical when it comes to politics.
they said
Yes.
they don't benefit from the government and they have nothing to do with the government.
Thank you very much for that. Yes, please
Okay,
continue, ma'am.
I have the subjects of
Okay.
this is where citizens are aware of central government and are heavily subjected to its decision with little scope of dissent.
Okay.
I have participants. Hello?
Okay, ma'am. Ma, are you get? Did you get the difference between this parochial
Yeah.
and subject?
Yes, these people they believe, they are aware.
Believe.
And
They are knowledgeable.
hello?
Yes, you said they believe. You are correct, man. They are knowledgeable. right?
Yes.
But do they actually exercise the civic right responsibility as expected?
No, no, no,
Okay,
not
okay,
fully. Not fully.
okay, okay. So what about the participants?
These
I
are
know
the real political, they have interest in politics. They believe in politics. They can go extra mile
that.
and influence other people that they don't show full interest, and
Also,
convince them
yes,
in various way, whether to tip them, whether to give out, whether to even sacrifice their own time to convince them to come in and participate in the politics.
yes, and they can even go to the extent of influencing the government decision.
Okay.
Yes. So let's take a step further, please.
um I have a political socialization.
Also,
Said this involves the transmission of the political culture of a group or the society to successive members of that um society or group.
okay. So
um
what can you say about that, man?
yes, the winning team, the political socialization, we have won. Let us convince other, I'm not calling them the loser, the other side, to do what, to join them,
Okay,
to enjoy what is happening in the where it is happening.
okay, man. But let's break it down. Let's break it down into bits. When we say socialization, right?
Yes,
When we
sir.
say socialization, what do we mean, man? When you say
Socialization,
there's so much
you
love
when
now, we
you
socialize
know
a
what
lot.
is
Socializing
happening
a lot.
around you. Hello.
I said when
Hello.
somebody says I so much like Mrs. Regina because she socializes a lot. So what does it mean? What does the person mean?
That information abreast, she's there. What you expected from her, she's giving back to you. Maybe the question you ask, I respond. What is happening around me? If you ask, I know what is happening around me, and I'm
Okay,
ready to learn.
okay, that's good. All right. Now, when we say somebody socializes easily, we are simply saying that that person easily blends in. That person easily integrates into a system. That person can easily make friends. Don't know if you get it.
Yes, sir.
That person is easily approached. All right. That person, anywhere she is, she's always free. She talks politely. She can adapt quickly and easily to the standard and culture of any society she finds herself with.
She finds herself. Okay, sir.
Right? So we can tag
Yes,
it
sir.
as when you try to, I use the word blend in because it's actually a layman word. All right. But when we
Yes.
talk about internalizing, when you quickly adjust, accept, integrate, or um, internalize yourself with a system,
I
then we
find
can say,
myself.
yeah, this person is this person can socialize easily. So now, when we now say political socialization, what are we now talking about? It simply means that process whereby politics, all right, the citizens of politics in a community or in a society can people can easily accept, people can easily embrace, all right, politics in that society. Now look at what it says here. According to what we have in the material, it says that political socialization involves the transmission of political culture. All right, the political culture of the society to successive members of that group of society. When we say successive member, in a sense, we're not talking about whether there's a loser or there are no losers.
Okay.
Politically speaking, successive members are those members of society that understand their political rights and they can go extra mile in exercising it.
Okay.
These are the people that have accepted the fact that they have certain responsibility as a civic responsibility to perform in a society. So politically, they can socialize in the sense that when it comes to politics, they are up to date. You cannot kick them aside. They know what is going on politically. They know
when to canvas. They know how to maneuver.
I will not really now. I don't want us to take it like it's a personal thing or a group thing.
Hello?
We are seeing it as a holistic thing.
Okay.
All right. When we talk about political socialization, all right, we are referring to a process by which the central value of the political culture are transmitted from one generation to the next. That is intergenerational transmission of political culture. There is a culture politically, all right? So the transmission of this culture from one individual or from one generation to the other, if it's a success, if it goes smoothly, if it is easily accepted and adopted, then we can say that in that society, the political socialization is good.
Okay.
So what we are looking at now is that effect of easily adjusting, is that effect of easily accepting and working along, all right, with the models, with the modes and standard of politics in that country by any individual. The standard in any nation or in any country, everybody must be politically active. Because politics, when decisions are made, it affects everybody, whether you know or not. I don't know if you get that, man. I've not been able to explain that well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. In details. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So can we call it wrap here and let's take it off from agent of socialization in our next class?
Okay, sir.
Thank you very much. And
Thank you very much for your time. Thank you, sir.
Bye for now.